things out there in Chicago. And I'm excited about this next conversation. I'm actually very excited about this next conversation because as soon as I found out I was going to be guest hosting here in Sacramento, and I was going to be guest hosting for Allen, and obviously for those of you that don't know, like I am here in Sactown Sports, and I'm a behind-the-scenes guy. So I've been here for a little bit over a year, since February 2024. But before that, I was on the air in Fresno, California. And as on the air, one of my favorite guests and someone that I just happened upon was Casey Pratt, then ABC7 in San Francisco, now Vice President of Communications for the Oakland Ballers. And he and I went A to Z on the stadium situation, and he became one of my favorite guests and arguably my go-to guy, and he did become my go-to guy when talking anything athletics. And so with that being said, he joins me now. Casey, good afternoon. Appreciate you taking the time to join me this afternoon.
We're so back right now, Jose. This is amazing, man.
Dude.
Yes, I'm excited for this.
It's been over a year, obviously, and kind of funny enough, you said this yesterday, but it's been a while since you and I have talked on the radio, and last time we talked, and one of the things that we used to do was obviously the Casey Pratt meter and confidence of are the Athletics going to be in Las Vegas? Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to ask you the same style of question if they're going to be in Oakland or Las Vegas. That was a question we used to have. Now, there's a lot of economic situations happening in Las Vegas. One of the hotels just recently decided not to spend $200 million that they were ready to spend on renovations. I believe it was the Wynn. And so that is happening. One of the other entities there in town, let go of an entire staff of people as well. And sources coming out kind of going, hey, like some of the higher ups are also saying, hey, kind of, if you want to just start kind of stepping down instead of us having to let you go. Like, I'm not confident, Casey, of what is happening in Las Vegas. Like, I'm not confident that this is fully going to play out.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny now because I don't think either of us had in our bag the conversation would have been. It actually turned into Sacramento versus Vegas, not Oakland versus Vegas. But, last time I talked to you, I was actually covering the 49ers at the Super Bowl, so I was in Las Vegas, and I walked over to the Tropicana site pre-demolition, and I looked around from where home plate would be, and the first thing I noticed was MGM property, MGM property, MGM property, MGM property. And I was like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. And so I still, at the last time we had done our meter, I had Vegas in the lead over Oakland. And it pained me to say it, but what I realized was that there are powerful people in Vegas with a lot of money, and they will pull John Fisher and the A's kicking and screaming across the finish line no matter what happens. And tariffs be damned. We'll see if they can afford to build a stadium. But, I still think they're going to end up in Vegas. Again, I don't like saying that, but that's where I was then when we last talked. And heck, now they're in Sacramento, and that's a whole other thing. But yeah, I think it's a really dicey situation that this franchise has found itself in, and we'll see if they pull it out.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm still on the belief that is going to happen. I am not sure how, and I am not sure when. I would say when it's going to happen. I know there's like that 3-year stay. I think they're going to extend it for 1 year if you were to ask me. But kind of looking at the Athletics here in Sacramento, and I do want to talk to you about the Oakland Ballers and what independent baseball is, and really I do have an elephant question for you as well. But aside from all of those things, right now, obviously on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, one of the big things is seeing that everybody every day take a picture. How many people are in the stadium? Oh, look, they're announcing 10,000. Are there really 10,000 people in the seats? Then it became this weird, which I can't understand why, but it became this like, I'm going to trash Sacramento because they have it, and then Sacramento people are like, well, I'm going to trash you guys because you guys didn't have the. And I'm sitting here going, why are you guys, either of you, trashing each other? There's no winning in that situation. It's not the city of Sacramento, and it's not the city of Oakland. It's higher powers that be in this entire purpose. But in your estimation, how would you characterize a month I would say almost a month and a half of having baseball in Sacramento, and this first series coming up here where we know, and you were there, where Fisher says you can see guys like Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, and you can see some of those dudes coming into the park. Forgot to mention his own guys like maybe a Mason Miller and some of those dudes that are obviously athletics. What would you characterize so far the month and a half of this heading into the first huge series here in Sacramento?
Yeah, so I'm not a journalist covering this anymore, but I did just get nominated for an Emmy for my A's coverage.
Hey.
Shameful plug. But you know what? One of the last major things I did was when they announced Sacramento, I went to Sacramento. I went to Sutter Health Park. I talked to Vivek Ranadive. I talked to then A's president Dave Kaval. I was there. So I have a pretty good understanding of this. Now I'm speaking from just lived experience, not current analysis, but I hate what I'm seeing with this, back and forth of some people, and I think there's always going to be people that just attack everything on social media, no matter what it is. But I said that day, I say it all the time, and I maintain this. I absolutely love Sutter Health Park. I covered the River Cats there when they were the A's affiliates. I love the Sacramento market. I love what they did with the Kings and saving their team. I don't put this on the fans at all. The fans have been put in an impossible situation, both in Oakland and Sacramento, and possibly someday in Las Vegas, where you put in a team that for various reasons hasn't been very popular with people, and you're sticking them in Sacramento in a minor league park, and you're saying if you don't show up, you don't deserve big league baseball. And I think that's really unfair to the people in West Sacramento and Sacramento, because I know for sure Sacramento fans are some of the absolute best, most diehard, most loud fans. I've been to Golden One Center. I've been to Arco. I know, the Sac fans are crazy into sports. They're super loud. They're super committed, but what they're being served isn't necessarily maybe a product that they wanted or were proud of. And so I don't look at those attendance figures and blame Sacramento. And I would hate for people in Oakland to do the same. And I would hate for people in Sacramento to look at the attendance figures of the A's in their last year when fans were actively boycotting and saying, see, your average attendance was low. None of that has anything to do with the fans. It has to do with the investment in the team by the ownership. And so, yes, I don't look at, and I've said this on social media, announced attendance is not actual attendance. Mm-hmm. And I looked at opening day. They weren't at capacity, but they called it a sellout. I look at all the other games. These are clearly not sellouts in a minor league park, and I do not blame Sacramento for that. And I would hate for anybody to look down on Sacramento as a sports market because of that. It's wild to me.
We're talking to Casey Pratt, Vice President of Communications, Oakland Ballers. And Casey, I will second that, because I've had this argument in Fresno for many years where I'm like, okay, they're saying 38, but it looks like 29. Let's be real. Come on. But it's obviously it's not the turnstile. It's what they say is tickets purchased and all of those things. Now,
and every team does it. Every team does it. This is not a unique situation. Let's just say that.
No, it is not a unique situation. It is how can we pump up our numbers, because we need to kind of show a lot of those things. And it's a professional team thing that continuously happens. Now, kind of shifting away from the athletic conversation. And if I say Oakland A's, by the way, I apologize, just because I haven't been doing this. It's been a year and whatever, and I have not been saying that very often. But aside from that, I ran across a tweet of yours yesterday, and obviously, if you want to follow Casey, you can. Casey A. Pratt on X. And Casey, you guys have a scrappy sanctuary for lost animals. Can you dive into that? What is this?
Yeah, so we're doing a lot of really exciting things with the Ballers, and I think the spirit of the Ballers is, restoring and taking things and creating a living museum. Like even our ballpark is something that, it had fallen into disrepair. The Ballers came into town, like invested $1.6 million, turned it into a professional facility, a place where we can now host little league tournaments and high school championships and all these other things. So, we just acquired a legacy BART car. So we're trying to have this park now grow with us and be a living museum. And a while ago, a bunch of these statues were left behind in Oakland. There was 50 of them created. And some people that were holding on to them asked if we just wanted to display them at our park so people could still enjoy them. So, a little bit of mischief involved there, but we went and we picked up one statue from the zoo. We picked up one from Visit Oakland. We picked up one from a bar called Kingfish, and a middle school teacher happened to have the coolest one, and she offered it to us too. So we're creating a scrappy sanctuary for lost animals. It currently has 4 Stomper statues, and people can come enjoy them, take pictures with them. They were left behind, so now we're finding a way to give people another chance to enjoy them.
Stomper, would you argue Stomper is the best mascot in baseball and sports?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, obviously there's some pretty legendary ones. I happen to be pretty partial to Scrappy himself, who is a possum. He is our mascot, and he dances better than I put Scrappy's dance moves against anybody. And he's about to have his own rap song, which is coming out on opening day, which was written and will be performed by 9-year-old Ave, who's a big-time rapper coming out of Vallejo, who raps with LaRussell. So if you're into rap, you should really check out Ave and LaRussell. But they'll both be at our opening day. And we also have Too Short coming to the ballpark to not only perform, but make a music video with everybody in the crowd on May 22nd, which is crazy. Too Short actually just bought into our ownership group. So we're doing major things with the Oakland Ballers. We're never going to replace Major League Baseball. We're never even going to claim to be able to try to replace Major League Baseball, but what we do know is we can give people a reason to come together, and we can give people an opportunity to cheer and make new memories with their family and their friends. And, now more than ever, we all need something to come together and root for,
No, absolutely. And Casey, kind of going into that mix, obviously, for everybody else, opening day for the Oakland Ballers coming up very quickly and very soon. May 20th, you guys get the season rolling and opening night and through that week. Now, with that, for those listening and viewing on YouTube, how would you describe independent ball to them and the Pioneer League to them, and what kind of baseball they can be expecting if they decide to give it a chance and an opportunity to kind of go and see? Because obviously I'm from Fresno, California, the Fresno Grizzlies. I've been around that my entire life, a AAA affiliate of the San Francisco Giants that then became a single A affiliate of the AAA of the Astros, the Nationals, and then finally a single A affiliate of the Rockies. How is there a comparison? No comparison? How would you describe it to the listeners?
Well, first of all, you said we're on YouTube. Why didn't you send me a link? I would have turned on my webcam for this. But hopefully you have a good picture of me up. So listen, the MLB draft used to be 50 rounds, and there used to be a lot more minor league teams. MLB has pared back that. So what you have now are these really talented players that aren't getting drafted, but still need a chance, an opportunity to further their career. Like we had last year, in the first year of the Oakland Ballers, 4 players that got picked up by MLB affiliate organizations, which shows you, A, we're scouting really well, and B, there's still some incredible talent at all of these levels. Like you mentioned AAA, of course. That's the next stop to Major League Baseball. So this is also a great opportunity for me to shout out. If you're listening right now and you're in the Sacramento area, I know a lot of A's fans have already become Ballers fans, but we also have the Yuba Sutter High Wheelers there too, which is a lot closer probably to you guys. And what's funny is, we had 2 A's fans basically create a team out of thin air with the Ballers, but the Pioneer League said, in order to create this team, you need to create 2, so we have an even number of teams. So they also created the High Wheelers, and then the High Wheelers defeated the Ballers in the playoffs and went on to win the championship. So you actually have the reigning, defending Pioneer League champion High Wheelers right there in your market. So I think it's pretty cool. Their opening day is also May 20th. But if you go to these games, to me, it's like baseball in its purest form. You're way closer to the action. You can literally walk up and talk to the players after the game. It's really, to me, it's like when I would take my family to Ballers games last year before I worked for the team, it just really felt like experiencing baseball without the soul-crushing greed of billionaires hanging over your head. Let's just put it that way. It just felt like pure, awesome, fun baseball for the sake of baseball, and it was great. And yeah, like our opening day is May 20th. I have LaRussell coming to the Oakland Ballers game. I have Ave coming to the Oakland Ballers game. Opening day for the High Wheelers also May 20th. They're going to have a pregame flyover from Beale Air Force Base. They got legend Jim Stassi throwing out their first pitch. His son Max Stassi played for the A's. So yeah, we are offering other ways for people to enjoy baseball, and I think that you will be really shocked by like how great the competitive level is, and a lot of these guys do spin off into MLB teams when they find success. So it's really fun.
We're talking to Casey Pratt, Vice President of Communications for the Oakland Ballers. Now, Casey, I would kick myself if I did not talk to you about the Golden State Warriors. And Steph Curry, are you okay? Are you feeling okay after Steph Curry hurt the hamstring?
Oh, dude, I mean, we talk a lot about the A's, but I mean, on your show too in Fresno, like we used to talk Niners, we used to talk Warriors, we used to talk everything. I covered everything. Yeah, it's really disappointing. They did win the first game of the series against the Timberwolves, which is great. But it's always tough to overcome the loss of Steph Curry. I mean, the dude is one of one. And the orbit that's around him, like the gravity that he pulls when he's on the court, makes so many other things happen. And he's also a guy that's constantly moving. He's not just sitting in the corner waiting for you to pass him the ball. Like, he's creating the entire time. So how they overcome that will be tricky. Obviously, they have Jimmy Butler, who helps a lot. But yeah, I mean, the Timberwolves are a tough team to beat with Steph Curry. So I'm not really loving the hamstring situation, but it is just part of sports. Hamstrings, by the way, too, Jose, as you well know, it takes a long time to heal hamstrings.
Yes.
It sounds like he's, possibly going to be out a week. If you ever look at a Warriors press release, by the way, if you guys are listening to this, and you probably have a lot of Kings fans, you're like, shut up about the Warriors, but probably applies for the Kings too. If they say a player will be reevaluated in a week, that basically means he's out a week, and then hopefully he can start playing again. So the Warriors are reevaluating Steph in a week, I believe, and we'll see. We'll see if he can make it back, if the Warriors keep the season and series going long enough for him to make a return.
Casey Pratt, Vice President Communications, Oakland Ballers. Make sure to go check out Independent Baseball, Pioneer League, Oakland Ballers, Yuba City. Go check and give everything a chance and an opportunity. Casey, I am grateful for you taking the time to join Allen Stiles Show today.
Allen Stiles, by the way, did work for the Ballers last year.
Yes.
Shout out Allen Stiles. Shout out Ballers. We got a lot in common, Jose. I think we should do this more. I'm not saying you have to kick Allen off the air, but I think you are in charge over there. You should put yourself on a little more, and then just give me a call whenever you do it.
Yeah, I can pull some strings. I appreciate you, Casey.
Yeah.
Oh, have a great one. Casey Pratt, Vice President Communications, Oakland Ballers. Very grateful to him. Very grateful to all of you that continue listening. We'll talk more on the other side. It's the Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports, 1140.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, but Kings